Why, hello everyone, my name is Nicole and welcome to Nicole Second. Today we are going to check out and review Crayola Take Note Erasable Highlighters. Alright, so quick backstory. Today I was in Staples, shopping a little bit for some school supplies, and as I was roaming around, my eye came across these things. Now, personally, I've never seen these highlighters on the shelves before, and I don't really see much erasable highlighters outside of Amazon, so when I saw erasable highlighters, that really took me by surprise. I also saw Crayola Take Note glitter highlighters and even highlighters with pens, but I decided to only get this because, you know, with school starting up for me soon, I'm gonna need some highlighters and I don't want to go overboard. And not to mention, I really want to check these out. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's just get into this, shall we? So right here we have the front of the box, and I think it has a really cute design. Around this logo has like a holographic border, and the back is also really pretty too. It just fits the whole Crayola aesthetic. Even though it's erasable, it seems like it doesn't actually have an eraser, and in order to erase it, you're gonna have to use this white marker thing, which will be interesting because I've never had to use a marker like that before. And yeah, it even tells you the colors on the side. Purple is called Mystic Amethyst, blue is called Royal Majesty, green is called Mermaid Wave, yellow is called Glow Party, orange is called Coral Reef, and pink is called Electric Blush. They also claim the caps to be snap-on, and they even have chisel tips. Apparently these don't just have to be used for highlighting, but you can also use it for underlining things. So yeah, I think that's all we have to share about the packaging, and let's just open this and test this out a little bit, shall we? Alrighty, so now we are in a different angle. Before I actually test these highlighters out on something legitimate to highlight, I really want to do some swatches on these and even do some comparisons on these highlighters just to see how really good they are on a big piece of sketchbook paper for a second. So I have this black pen, and yeah, let's begin to open this up. Up close, this is what the marker looks like. Why do I keep saying markers? This is what the highlighter looks like. You got like the Crayola Take Note here. And then there's on the sides, it has like a little label that just says highlighter basically. And then you got like different languages. So right here is the most interesting part. And this is like the erasable part. Just feeling it, it feels dry. Wait. Nope, it's a little bit wet. I'm interested to see on how the mechanics of this works because, as I said before, never had anything like this before. And then here is a purple chisel. And yeah, since I'm holding purple first, might as well start that off. Ooh. Okay. First impressions so far. Now, when I look for highlighters, I don't like highlighters that are too dark, but at the same time, I don't want them too light either. This purple is actually looking pretty decent. Now let's move on to yellow and the other colors. Ooh, yellow is really nice. Another comment I want to say about this as I'm swatching is that they really give me more of a marker kind of feel rather than a highlighter feel. And I'm not sure if this is just because it's Crayola, so the first thing that comes into my mind is art rather than notes. But yeah, so far impressions are pretty good. The orange is a little bit too light for my liking, but other than that, not much complaints. So yeah, wonderful first impressions. I'm gonna do two kind of tests where one is just one straight line and the other one will be a little bit more layered. Now I want to do some comparisons with these highlighters, and that is with the zebra highlighters, which are my absolutely favorite highlighters, my go-to highlighters basically, and these friction erasable highlighters, which are phenomenal and the best erasable highlighters I know of. So first I'm gonna do zebra, and I'm not gonna do every color. I'm just gonna pick out the colors that are most similar. Now, something I noticed about the Crayola highlighters as soon as I was doing the friction swatches was that if you look closely, you can definitely see that the Crayola highlighters, I don't know the technical term of it, but the best way to describe it is that they don't really layer that good. What I mean by that is, like, as soon as you put a second layer down, you're gonna see it. If you look at the blue and the friction highlighters, you don't really see it layer that easily. Like, this blue one has 4 layers and it's not so transparent compared to like purple or pink here. And comparing the Crayola to zebra highlighters, the vibrancy I could say is definitely more transparent in the zebra rather than Crayola. So I could definitely conclude that the zebra is definitely the most vibrant out of the 3 here. By the way, I will not be testing zebra highlighters because they're not erasable, but I will do a test on the friction and Crayola. I want to show you guys the friction pens first because that's the one I'm mostly familiar with. So this actually has an eraser attached, and just like that, it erases, and you barely see any remnants part of it. It's like erasing from a dry erase board for a second. And yeah, this was just from one line. Now we'll do it with a more thicker layer. Got 1 streak down. And yeah, doesn't take that much pressure to erase. Now let's check out this Crayola. Oh, interesting. So that's really interesting. I was expecting to see like some pink ink up here, but I don't see that so far. Dang, that is so interesting. Really curious on how the mechanics work. So the erasing doesn't take that long, and it's pretty efficient too. Now let's try with the second one. And holy crap, that's actually not that bad, especially for multiple layers on top. Wow. That is crazy, guys. I didn't think I would need to say this, but this Crayola highlighters are definitely becoming a cool competitor for friction highlighters. Well, now that we got that down, I think it's time that we do some actual highlighting testing. When I do the actual highlight testing, I really want to do this for something legitimate. Well, I do have the little back of a package that I could use for highlighting. The highlighter colors I will be comparing is yellow. The first one I want to start with is zebra. Now, something about zebra highlighters, they're really they just have a nice feeling to use. You can definitely tell if you're almost out or not, which is another thing I like about it, because it has like that little window of ink. So like right now I can tell I'm like halfway done with this. Now we're gonna do friction highlighters, and the thing I really love about friction highlighters, not only is it erasable, but this has to be the most smoothest fusing highlighter I've ever used. It just feels so smooth against any kind of surface. And the thing I'm liking about Crayola, the colors are not too dark, or at least to me anyways. Alright, so let's try erasing again with the friction. And as you guys see, it doesn't take that long to erase. I'm not really trying to erase either. And you guys see the eraser is clean. You don't see any prints from the package on here. Now, here is the big test. Let's see how this goes. And so far, it's impressing me. Wow. As we see, it is erasing. And none of the print is smudging off. And the white part, it's still white. Yeah, this is pretty easy to use. What is up, everyone? Sorry for the quick interruption, but back when I was recording that video, this was literally my first day using these markers, and I didn't really make a con section of this video, but since it's been like 3 months since using these highlighters basically every day, there is one con I do want to share with you guys I think would be important to know before getting these highlighters. So this from my planner is a perfect example of the con I'm about to talk about here. And this may be very important if you are a person who tends to make a lot of mistakes when taking notes. But basically, the con about this highlighter is that since the eraser is basically like some magic erasing liquid or whatever, I don't really know the mechanics still behind the erasing portion of these highlighters, but since it's liquid, once you lay it down on a piece of paper, it's gonna be down. You basically just can't highlight over it anymore. As you guys see with 9:45 off, I wrote in my planner. This was like 10 layers of purple that I like kept pushing down because I accidentally used a wrong color to cross this over. So I erased it. Then I took the purple, and this is basically 10 layers, if not even 15, just to look as obvious as possible that I did this task at October 31st on a Saturday. So yeah, if you're this kind of person and you know that this is gonna be a big concern, then considering to get friction erasable highlighters might not be a bad idea because they don't use a liquid for erasing, so that you basically won't face that problem if you use friction rather than Crayola. Again, I'm not trying to discredit Crayola Take Note. I am still to this day very satisfied with them. I used them for my school notes, but I think that's pretty important to know, especially since I do want to be more honest to you guys. So yeah, guys, I overall feel very impressed with these highlighters. And after trying these out, I will definitely be using these more during my school year. And yeah, I recommend these. These were only like $3 to $4, which is definitely worth its price. I mean, honestly, they do its job really nicely. These are also added to my go-to highlighter collection, and if I ever see the glitter ones or the ones with pens ever again, I am definitely gonna get those to try those out, especially the glitter ones. They look interesting. Never seen a glitter highlighter in my whole life. I would recommend this for all ages, even kids, even young adults. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheerio!